Chris and blue skies, and somewhere around here, there it is, the sun. Hello, welcome back. My name's Andrew. Saw Chris there, wheels floating around somewhere, probably enjoying the sun. I don't blame him either, because when I left you at the end of the last video, not long after the heavens opened, and it's been like that, it is now the following Saturday, and it's going to continue for a couple more days during the course of this next week. So that's going to be really interesting. Now, I am from England and I'm very used to rain, of course. Well, it's a different lifestyle out here. It's all about outdoor living. And as you know, I spend most of my time outdoors. And when you're living in these sort of conditions and that happens, you're kind of stumped. So I've been kind of limited in what I can do during the rain. While it is in that unpredictable spell, I want to concentrate on this area here. And that's what I'm going to start as of tomorrow. At the beginning of the video, you saw I was putting that stick into the barrage in my dam. Someone suggested that at the end of the last video. There's about 80 centimeters from the water line to the very top. And then I left it and it started to rain as soon as I started coming down again. Heavens opened, real downpour, and I decided I'll wait a little bit. Following day, about 24 hours later, I popped back up there again when there was a break to check out where it was at. And this is what I was seeing at that point. Yeah, completely disappeared. It was under the water. That went up so quickly. And of course, even after it's rained, water's still going to be coming down from the hill, so it will completely fill up eventually. And in actual fact, it's already filled up my barragem completely to the top. And when I went up there, the 24 hours later, I decided to cut across to two more barragems, two more dams. They aren't the only ones there, but they are the larger ones. And I thought I'd just see how they're getting on. And they're definitely higher. In fact, they're higher now than I've seen them the last 3 years. The first year when I moved into this house, the last dam barragem that you can see here, that was overflowing. And that now is not far from the top. So I'm pretty certain it may actually be this week, but it's all going to overflow and come down past the bottom of my land here where the gates are. Even the water that doesn't go into those does come down the sides and eventually works its way past here. So that I'm really interested to see. boys would rather be in the van than inside with me while we got the rain, but I've got to keep the door shut. Oh well, someone's happy. All right, actually this is probably a good time to show you the tiles. This is what I've chosen. They're filthy at the moment because this is the main door that we use, and obviously with all the rain we've had, it's just going to get dirty. I bought one box so I could place them where I wanted to, just to double check that it's okay. That one's probably the cleanest. It is a darker colour, but I really like that because looking at it at the moment, and it is bad lighting, it's coming across darker through the camera, but you can see how it kind of works with the outside. And I've decided now, because this house is not perfectly square, I'm gonna go diagonal, as you can see there, but around, all the way around the outside. Obviously I'll go through this when I do it. I'm just gonna have them flush and square. But I think coming off diagonally is gonna save me a lot of issues, because now if I go all the way around, it means along here, the front door, the patio door, the bedroom door, and of course in the kitchen, I can just get them all nice and squared off. And then this hides any angles. Also down here, you can see, that's what I've chosen for the bathroom. This is an olive green, not coming across at all through the camera, but I think that's going to work really well. And both of these tiles are made in Portugal, which is nice. That's it. Look at that, Chris. It's full up. Wow. Good to see. Now stop, please. We need some sun. Stickers around there somewhere. I'll turn the camera around in a minute so you can get a better angle. I keep going up onto the roof, get a bird's eye view of what I'm doing here and get that shape right. When I bought the house, I had an image in my head of where I want things to be, because obviously you're going to be sitting outside and entertaining or just chilling out. And where are those areas going to be? It seems really obvious, but when you don't have a house that's finished and living in a bus for so long, you kind of levitate to the areas you're in at that point. But when the house is finished, where will you spend that time? The front, more obvious in the winter months because of the lower sun, that's for sure. You'll get a bit more direct sunlight. In the back, in the summertime, makes complete sense. And in the evenings, more at the back. But here I kind of levitate to most nights. Cold beer, standing down here. I guess it's a good angle of the house. And looking in this direction, it's a nice view. And I don't want this to stand out too much. I want it to feel like it's part of the landscape. So I'm not going to put a wall around it. This time of year when things are green, it's a little bit easier to camouflage, but when it all dries out and goes brown, that's going to look a little bit like what it is. So I'm going to have to maybe consider decking or something, I'm not sure, but I want to get it flat anyway so I can get a table and chairs on there. I want to get the height right, get it all backfilled, and then just see how it looks. I can also take all the leftover sand and gravel that's more or less flattened itself out now at the front. I can rake that up, and when I've got everything here, I can just backfill everything in here. And that was a good thing about having all the rubble and so on. I can use this to dump it all. And I'm not sure now looking at it whether I'm actually going to have enough. But the larger rocks I'm going to have to roll down or wheelbarrow. And then the smaller ones I can get in the trailer. We'll see. I only really want to spend today and tomorrow on this. And then I want to get back onto the house itself and carry on where we left off before the rain. Not far off my crutch height. It's a lot higher than I thought it was going to have to be. Just go and get all the rocks and dump them down in here and build it up. Let's get the key. Got the key. Quite interesting doing this. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, and now I'm actually doing it. Comes to mind, of course, I'm walking along a driveway and it's going to probably have gravel on it, so quite possibly here, this area, instead of decking, maybe gravel is the answer. I'm gonna have to roll that one. Come on. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much everything I can possibly lift onto the trailer. I'm going to stop now because it is quite labour intensive and I can feel my back isn't enjoying it too much. And tomorrow I'll just get the wheelbarrow out with the remainders and see if I can get them down here. At least tomorrow now when I start this again, I can concentrate on the shape and the larger rocks. Just got a little bit darker. The boys are rushed out the door. It is that time. I've been at it all day. We've got rain coming tonight and tomorrow, unfortunately. It won't stop. All of last week and this week, only 2 days we've had that have been clear. So I'm really limited in what I could do. I'm not overly disappointed. The break is as good as anything, but I managed to move all the rocks, which is a good thing at least. And we got this on its way. It'll clear up. You can see the shape now at least. Last night I had a good think about this. I was a bit concerned that I was going to have to do so many trips with the trailer there to get back up here, all of the rubble, and I need to be concentrating on what's going on around the house, that I decided to change the shape a little bit and make it a little bit lower. I brought it this direction a bit more, and actually I think I prefer it. I've already mentioned this and you can see the difference in colour there. That's all stones and sand, so I want to rake all that up. And then obviously everything around here, after I've finished the floor on the inside, I still need to get some more sand and maybe some more stones. But when it's all done and dusted, I can then just, as it's so close, just drag it all across onto there. But in between, when I'm doing the house, I can come outside at least in the breaks and just pick up stuff around the garden and then drop it down in here. The shape itself though worked out all right. It's got a nice curve to it. It's a much better shape. And dragging everything in that direction now, it's already starting to flatten out, which is good. So a little bit tweaking here and there, but really it's just a case now of backfilling. as that isn't so high, it's not such an eyesore. You can see down here, it doesn't take up too much height. It's definitely worth it because now I can get the table and chairs and umbrella right in there and I can chill out in the evenings. Forgot to tell you actually, the roof, the branches that were overhanging have been removed now, so hopefully that means the last of acorns and leaves falling on my roof. Right, dogs are getting really impatient. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll be back to some sort of normality next week, and we'll get on with the rest of the house, marching on. So until then, look after yourselves, take care. Ready? Go in it.